through working with me, how do you think, or in what ways have your sales, whether it's confidence or process or whatever, have improved?
Yes. So my sales process has done a complete 180. I've always been generally pretty good at sales, but working with you has cracked open a whole nother level. Looking at like sales psychology, your energy, the language, handling objections, and even all of that leading up to feeling very confident delivering a price that is multiple five figures. Like my service is $30,000 plus. We've obviously closed quite a few deals since working together, but I think the biggest help has been your ability to review my calls. And even when I think that I'm doing well, being able to dissect the parts of the calls where I could be losing the sale, or if it was already closed, I could end it sooner. And just little things that I would not have noticed that has really helped elevate my ability to close high ticket in sales calls and my
Yeah.
confidence, of course.
What would you say is the most interesting takeaway from like those little things that have come up?
There's a lot of things, but the ones that come to mind for me are how simple the sales process can be. I think we're taught like these like massive scripts and trying to walk through everything very much in a framework. And there is a framework, but it's a very simple process that if you understand the foundation, which you taught me, it's really easy to navigate with a level of authenticity and really focusing on building the connection, which is what's going to help close the sale. So that's one thing. I think the other thing is the energetic exchange that's happening on a call, like really being able to understand someone's body language or kind of are they really leaning into the call or have they already disengaged? And for me, that I was in the beginning talking too much. It's really understanding the balance and the nuances of the sales psychology that has also really elevated my ability to close high ticket.
Awesome. So, from the offer perspective, how do you think that your offer has improved since we started working together?
It's one of those funny things where you think it's about the offer or you think it's about the sales. It feels like this chicken and the egg situation, but you really do need to simultaneously be working on both because if you have a great offer, you feel more confident in sales. And if you're really good at sales, then you'll feel better delivering the offer. So, a really important component for me was although I had a great offer and I was closing prior to, the ability to really break down the offer in the sales call, really marking clear milestones that relate to the prospective client. And again, that's one of the things that you taught me that it's not about just delivering the offer, but really connecting it to what matters to the client. And that has been like a major game changer in my sales calls. So there's been an element of clarity and I would say, like, for someone like me who works in a very intangible space as a hypnotherapist doing mindset work, it's not so easy to have an obvious ROI, but you're able to really clearly help me break down, or you have been able to help me break down what those tangible outcomes could be, the implications on someone's life, the emotional connections that really tie everything together to get someone to move, to make a decision. That has been, for me, the biggest breakthrough in terms of the offer, tying it into the sales call and really bringing that home so that someone does actually close in the end, which is obviously what we care about.
What about general strategic guidance? Has there been anything that stood out in terms of like just being able to bounce ideas?
Definitely. You're a great ideas person in general because you have a level of detail and depth of like really pulling at what matters and going deep enough where there's an impact to, again, the prospective client who is purchasing, right? Because as someone, we're experts in our own rights, but sometimes we can't get deep enough to connect with what is actually going to resonate and get someone to move, to go ahead and click the button, to book the call, to close on the deal, right? There's been a lot of great conversations where I come to you with ideas that I think are great, but you're able to break it down, refine, and get really granular on what's going to convert. The other thing as well is that strategically, from an analytics standpoint, I like most entrepreneurs, I don't wanna deal with the numbers. I don't wanna look at the feedback, and, like, I do to a degree, obviously, right? Like, it's important, but you're able to really do that deeper dive or it gives me the data and the information I need so then I can go forward and make a decision. You're a very good systems person. That's what I'll say. You have great systems for pretty much anything that you need in the business, even beyond sales. And of course, sales is one component of the bigger picture of a business. So it's been really amazing to clean up and refine all of those elements in my funnel as well.
What would you say has been the best part of working with me?
The best part of working with you is obviously making more money. But also, you really just do have great ideas. You have a level of precision in especially the sales space that I would not like, as I said, I was a good closer, but I think now I'm an even better, like very confident closing multiple five-figure packages in the non-ROI space, right? Which is like a huge win. And so that's the biggest thing, but also, like, you have great ideas. I can always come to you with just, like, the thousands of ideas that are in my head, and you'll always help me to really break it down in a way that's actionable so that I can move it forward in my business.